Hi Math 2. Today we are going to begin working on our circles and triangle worksheet. And you have a check for understanding you need to complete as well. So if you open up the worksheet circles and triangles on Canvas, it'll open up here. You have to open the link. In the top right corner there should be a box with an arrow. For me it's in the bottom left to open and send to Notability. Create new note. I put it in my Math 2 class with you guys so I know where it is. And here it is. So this is technically like a homework assignment, but we're doing it together so I know that you guys know these things. So it says draw and label the circle below with the following information. So draw circle Q. So we already know right away this is going to be circle Q, so we can label the middle with the Q. So just do the best you can with a Q. With radius QT. So we should remember that radius is from the center to an edge of the circle. And they're asking us the points Q, which was the center, and T, which is the end right there. Okay, so already we're done with that. Next, it's asking us to draw inscribed angle ATB. So what that means is that we have to add our points. Okay, so they're asking us to have a point ATB. So we have to have it come all the way across. We have to have a point here of A. An inscribed angle is where it comes across like that. It's inside. It's not in the center, but it looks like that. Or any other way you want to do it. And it goes, as I said, A to T and T to B. You have to make sure you understand it's that way. You can't just bounce it around. It's got to be A to T to B, as it says right here. And lastly, it's asking us to draw a tangent CT. Now, if we remember, a tangent is where it just hits the edge of the circle. So we have one point that's a T. So I'm going to go up. You could go down. Let me get that close to the circle point. You can go down if you want. I'm going to go up. It's just a little bit off the circle just because it's not connecting. And then I need to put a point up here of a C. Okay, because it's connecting C to T. You have to add those points. You can't just draw a line. Okay, so that's how you get those three things done on there. Okay, if you have questions, you need to make sure you ask me how now. Now, draw and label this one. Draw circle Q. So again, we're circle Q and a diameter of AB. Diameter is 2 radius. So it comes from one end of the circle to the other end of the circle. Okay, and we have to label points. They tell us what to label them. A and B. We're done with that one there. Now they're asking us to draw central angle AQC. So a central angle is anything that's got the angle in the center. So they already tell us that our A and Q have to be used. So one way or another, we have to have a line coming to there. And then the next line, I'm just going to go up, make it easy since I have a Q below, to there. And I'm going to make this point right here as a C. So there's our AQC circle like they asked us to have. Okay, I'm hoping this is making some more sense to you guys now. If it's not, you need to make sure you let me know. Okay, and lastly, they're asking us to draw a chord. If we don't remember these, you can always come back here and look at your circle vocabulary and you can find the words. Okay, so this is where it's important to keep this. So a chord, as we remember, is a segment whose endpoints on a circle. So it's not going through the middle. So they're telling us BD. So we're going to make another point from B, and I'm going to come up, and I'm going to come down here. So a chord is like a diameter that goes from one end of the edge of the circle to another, but it's not as long. And we're going to make this B to D, just like it says right here. Okay, so that is why I did it that way. So this is a chord. And this is, I'm going to put a central, I'm going to draw the sign for angle so you know that's what that means. Okay. Now, 3, draw a picture of a vertical angle and write a true mathematical statement about two of the angles. We're not going to do that. We can skip that. I usually skip those. Let's look at 4 just so we kind of have an idea. I know you guys don't usually like word problems, but let's just picture this because it's asking us to draw a picture of the statement. So line AB, screw it. I'm going to skip those on test 2. I don't care for those too much. Those are just get a little too complicated. So now draw a statement. So draw a picture of this statement. U is the midpoint of BY. So we have a line called BY. BY. And they're saying U is the midpoint, which is middle. So just draw close as middle as you can. And they're saying that if BU is 7, how long is BY overall? So now this is where we have to do a little more math. They say BU, U is the midpoint middle. So on one side to the middle is 7. So how long would be the whole thing? Well, since there's 2 halves, we take 7 times 2, which BY equals 14. Now, normally you tell me what the measurement is, inches, feet, whatever, but there's no unit of measure, so we just leave it as 14. Now, draw a picture of this statement. AB intersects or bisects angle CAT. So let's draw an angle. CAT equals 110, so we're going to go like this, or 100, I'm sorry. I'll try and draw it as straight lined as I can. And we're going to label this as C, A here in the middle because of the middle point there, and T there. And they're saying that line AB bisects there if CT, so we're going to just say bisects, cuts in half. And we're going to say this is B. So I'm going to use pink for this one. Or purplish, whatever color it is, I don't remember. Like that. If CAT, so this whole angle is 100 degrees, how big is CAB if it's cutting it in half? So we take 100 and we have to divide it by, or either multiply by a half or divide by 2, which then that means our angle CAB, so the measure of angle, so that's the M means measure, the symbol is angle, you write this angle here that they're talking about, is equal to 50 degrees then. We're going to skip 10, but we're going to do 9. Draw an inscribed angle and a central angle that intersect the same arc. So let's go an central angle, because we know that's going to be center inside the circle. So I'm going to use points, circle as a, let's go MAT, so central, and so you can get used to doing this, is equal to measure MAT, and I'm going to do inscribed is equal to angle, and because they're asking us to have the same arc, intercept the same arc, we have to have it where our points, we're going to use M all the way to the edge here, and then back to T. So this one would be, we'll put this as H, because they're asking us to have the same arc. This is the arc right here. We're keeping it the same. So the inscribed angle would be our MHT, where it goes all the way across. So it's the same arc, and same arc in the pink. The MHT is our inscribed because it's not in the center. It's going from side to side. And then our central angle is what stops in the middle, and that's what's in the middle there. Now, I want us to do a couple of these measurements, only because we haven't talked about it yet. So now, when we talk about a triangle, the measure of a triangle, the inside angles, like this, have to equal 300, or I'm sorry, inside angles have to equal 180 degrees. I had to think about that for a second. Okay, so it cannot be bigger than 180 degrees inside. So the angle here, here, and here cannot be over a 180. When we look at this angle here, from this point across, I don't know why it keeps freaking out on me. For this angle here, and I'm going to use a blue pen mark, that has to equal 180 degrees. Okay, I know it gets confusing with 180. So if the outside angle here, I'm going to kind of redraw this. If this is 140 degrees, this angle here has to add up to the 140 to equal 180. So 140 plus x gives you 180. So to solve this is what the work we did last year, plus x equals 180. You can minus 140 on each side, and that'll leave you as x equals 40. So we know that this angle here is 40 degrees. You have to solve all these different angles to be able to find this mystery one right here that's in yellow. Okay? So now, we know this one here. To find this one right here, we look at this. When they have a line like this and it cuts across, the angles opposite of each other will always be the same. So if this corner angle here is 75, this is going to be 75 as well. Okay, when they look like that, if it gives you a cross like this, it's always going to be the same. Now, we can add these 2 degrees up. 75 plus 40. We add these together. We have a 5. 7 plus 4, ends up giving us 115 overall. Now, we got to figure out what this angle is. As I said, all interior angles have to add up to 180 degrees in a triangle. So, to do this, now we have to take 180 minus 115 to find that missing angle. Okay? When I do this, I'm going to erase this for a little bit of room. When I do this, I subtract. So, obviously can't take from a 0. That leaves us with a 5. 7 minus 1 leaves us with a 6. 1's cancel. Means this angle here is 65 degrees. And as I said in our drawing, if you have a line that crosses like this, the angles opposite each other are going to be the same. So our question mark angle is equal to 65 degrees. I know it's a lot of work and steps, but you have to be able to do that. A lot of our problems like this year will come just like this. I want you guys to try 12 on your own just to see if you can do it. Let's look at 13. So again, what we're doing here, this symbol here is an arc. So they're asking us to find the arc of VWU. Okay, I know usually mine looks like that. I don't get that little point. So they're trying to asking us to find out what the arc of VWU would be. Okay, from there to there. Now, this is a pretty simple one. We can look at this. You don't have to find what this angle is, as long as you know that a full circle going fully around in a circle, is 360 degrees. So think of skateboarders who spin in the air, bikers. If you jump in your spot and spin around, you do 360 degree spin. So to find out what that measure is, we just have to take 360 minus 115. So 360 minus 115, and we do our calculations like I said. This leaves us 5, 10, put a 5 here. 5 minus 1 leaves us a 4. 3 minus 1 leaves us with a 2. So our arc measure is 245 degrees for VWU. Okay, now I want you guys to do 14. You're finding the arc of HI, and I want you to tell me how many degrees it is. So you're trying to find this one right here. I'll give you a hint. This red box here, and I'm going to fill the box in so you see it more, is 90 degrees. So if that's 90, 135, and we know a circle is equal to 360, add those together and you can find out what your H would be once you take that number minus 360. Okay. And lastly, let's do 15. So we get some practice work on this. So given C bisects AB and CB is 12, what is AB? So again, we know it bisects, it's in the middle, it's saying, okay? And we know C to B is 12. What would A to B be? So how far is this right here? Well, you should be able to sit here and say you take 12 times 2 or 12 plus 12, and it'll give you the final answer of 24. Okay? Make sure you guys complete this problem, or complete the problem I asked you to do, the two of them, 12 and 14. And then make sure you guys do your check for understanding today and submit that. As a reminder, all work needs to be turned in before Sunday at 11:59 p.m. to earn credit and be marked as present for the week. So please complete that. Thank you guys and have a great rest of your day.